Good morning, I'm Anna, Visit Denmark, Presse and PR Manager here in France. When it comes to our work with international press, we design all our activities in order to increase the awareness of Denmark and to create values for our partners.
Hi, my name is Lea Weber. I work at Visit Denmark with Press and PR on the German market. We do have one of the biggest media markets in Europe, and last year we had about 5,000 articles about Denmark in the German media. And those articles are predominantly about coast life and beaches, because that's what the Germans love about Denmark. But the number 2 biggest topic actually is culture. So there's a lot you can do to make your museum more visible on the German market and in the German media. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that.
Jeg hedder Sissel, og jeg er presseansvarlig for Visit Danmark i UK. Og her går mit arbejde ud på at være i tæt kontakt med de britiske medier for at sørge for, at vi får den bedst mulige dækning af Danmark. Og det er blandt andet ved at sørge for at sende en masse skræddersyede pitches ud. Og det er at sende pressemeddelelser lidt bredere ud. Det er at arrangere pressebesøg til Danmark. Og så er det selvfølgelig at sørge for at pleje det her kontaktnetværk af journalister og redaktører hele tiden. Og det er både sådan nogle Meet the Media events, som der er rigtig mange af herovre, især i London. Og så er det også selvfølgelig sådan nogle en-til-en møder, hvor jeg sørger for at mødes med både gamle og nye kontakter for at informere dem om og pitche, hvad foregår der egentlig i Danmark.
The media landscape is very interesting. There is a high interest on Denmark. We operate at several levels. First of all, we send several press releases, and this in order to stimulate the attention on Denmark. And we send these press releases to a larger media database. Then we carry out a specific action on a limited group of media, A media. This action can result either on a press trip or technical assistance, more specific information material, interviews connected with the specific needs of the media. On top of this, we tend also to create some other opportunities distributing video news release. This is a particular format that is addressed to TV networks and to the video editors of the main information websites.
So my first advice would be that you work with someone who knows the market, because it can be quite difficult if you don't know who to contact and how to contact them. And we at Visit Denmark and my colleagues at Wonderful Copenhagen, we do have the contacts on the German market, and we do know who would be exactly the right journalist for you or the right blogger. And once they are at your site, at your museum, you just make sure they get the best experience out of it as possible.
Det britiske medielandskab er virkelig stort. Der er virkelig mange forskellige artede udgivelser, både inden for magasiner og aviser. Og aviserne udkommer både stadigvæk, der er nogle rigtig store regionale udgivelser, så er der selvfølgelig nogle af de rigtig store nationale, som The Telegraph og The Guardian og The Times og alle de her, som også har sådan en international profil. Og de udkommer stadigvæk i et virkelig stort printet oplag i modsætning til det, man ser mange andre steder. Så har briterne sådan et helt andet forhold til det her print, så det er ikke noget, der på samme måde er helt lige så truet. Derudover har de selvfølgelig også en super velfungerende online-del, mange af de her sådan mere traditionelle aviser og dagblade. Men der er der selvfølgelig også magasinerne, og det er virkelig også et billede med stor diversitet. Der er rigtig mange forskellige magasiner, og selvfølgelig også inden for både rejse og livsstil og gastro, som er nogle af dem, som vi arbejder sådan lidt mere målrettet med.
We often actually read that Italian and French are amongst the most numerous users of cultural destination. So there is a very high potential to be used, and to offer the knowledge and the approach of these cultural institutions in their language would facilitate and encourage more and more Italian and French to visit it.
For at være synlig over for medierne her i UK er det første skridt at have en hjemmeside for engelsk, og sørge for, at det information, der er opdateret, og det er relevant, og hvis der er nogle nye udstillinger, skal det bare derind hurtigst muligt, og med så meget som mulig information, og så skal det selvfølgelig fremgå klart, hvor man kan tage fat, eller hvem man skal tage fat i, hvis man vil have, hvis man skal bruge mere information, eller hvis man skal bruge billeder, så bare sørge for at have det så klart som muligt på hjemmesiden.
To make a good story in our market, we need to start from something new and then to broaden the story to something wider about Denmark. In both markets, but especially in France, what is really important is to create a connection with the market. For example, we need to identify a personality that is directly connected with France and Italy. A French chef working in a Danish restaurant, in a Copenhagen restaurant, or a French artist cooperating with a Danish museum. All these elements are very useful and in many cases are actually part of the format of a French program or a French article section. So we would really need your help to give us this kind of information, and we will make a good use of it to pitch the right media.
It's about people and it's about stories and it's about storytelling. Also think about who is working behind the scenes at your museum, because there are a lot of people the media would be interested in meeting, because it's not that much the PR people they are interested in, but it's mostly they are interested in the people that are working there, that are creating stuff, that are working hands-on. So there might be lots of interesting people working at your museum that might be suitable for this, for behind-the-scenes story.
For at fange de britiske mediers interesse er det virkelig vigtigt at have noget relevant at byde på. Og det er selvfølgelig først og fremmest nyheder, de kigger efter. Medierne har jo ikke nogen interesse i at bringe en nyhed om et eller andet event, som er enkeltstående, som deres læsere ikke har mulighed for at opleve på et senere tidspunkt, eller noget, der f.eks. allerede har fundet sted. Gode kroge kan være, hvis der er en eller anden connection mellem en attraktion og britterne. Det kan fx være en eller anden historisk begivenhed, eller en eller anden event, eller en eller anden personlighed måske, der har en eller anden connection til Storbritannien.
In order to be prepared to work with international media, we would recommend the cultural institution, first of all, to see themselves as a real destination. And so to identify all possible angles, topics, information that could be used to communicate. Your institutions are so large and there are so many things to see, so it is really important to understand what is really relevant for the media that is going to do the visit, but also what is most relevant for you to communicate.
When you meet them as a communication person, a PR person, just make it as personal as possible and just open up to them and talk about your passion and your reasons for working at this museum and your goal with the museum. Again, not that much about the artifacts, but about your personal reasons for working at the museum. And also make it as entertaining as possible for the journalist or the blogger. You could prepare a fact sheet with lots of fun facts about the museum, because that is something that the media love to just cite in their article. It could be records on something or other fun facts.
A very popular cultural attraction in Italy is the Aarhus Museum in Aarhus. It is in itself a very interesting architecture. The press area is updated and there are a lot of images and videos, and the museums communicates not only via its website but also thanks to its social media. The Aarhus press officers are always available. They meet the journalists and they organize a specific tour.
If you want to get some inspiration on how to successfully communicate a museum on the German market, I would actually advise you to have a look at the Miniatur Wunderland in Germany, because Whenever they communicate, they always communicate the whole story about the founders. These brothers are also very, very successful in their communication work, and they're doing a lot of behind the scenes work. They do have a lot of people working at the museum that are actually building the railway and building everything around it, that are willing to meet the media and talk about their work. They also do make a lot of small fun videos about the railway, and they actually also do have a lot of events for the media, continuously events, just to showcase the whole building process.
There are cultural bridges to be aware of. For example, the connection of Karen Blixen with La Commune, French history, or, for example, a collection of pieces of art coming from a Copenhagen museum and exhibited in Italian museum. We would really need your help to find all this information so we could select it and make a good use of it.